Chapter 1. A New Beginning and a Bitter Neighbor. When I moved into Oak Ridge Estates, a supposedly elite HOA neighborhood, I was just looking for peace and a decent garage for my restored 1969 Mustang Fastback. After 10 years in the military, and 2 more overseas as a contractor, I was finally ready to settle down and enjoy a quieter life. The house was perfect, spacious, good yard, and most importantly, a detached garage where I kept my pride and joy, the Mustang I'd restored, with my late father. But from day one, there was trouble. The HOA president, Douglas Kendrick, was a smug, retired lawyer who ran the neighborhood like a dictator. His son, Tyler Kendrick, a 20-year-old rich brat with no job and too many speeding tickets, immediately took an unhealthy interest in my car. I shrugged it off, until things escalated fast. Chapter 2. The Test Drive that never got permission. It was a warm Saturday afternoon when I caught Tyler loitering too close to my driveway. I warned him to stay off my property and to stop ogling my Mustang like it was on display at a dealership. A week later, I woke up to an empty garage. The lock had been broken. My Mustang was gone. Panic surged through me. This wasn't just a car. It was the last memory of my father. Within 2 hours, I found it. Tyler had posted a story on Instagram, revving it in a parking lot with a crowd cheering him on. Before I could even confront him, another video popped up, one of him crashing it into a light pole while trying to show off. The front end was completely caved in. My heart sank. I drove over to the scene, but he was long gone. The car was towed, and I filed a police report immediately. Chapter 3. Denial, Deflection, and HOA Corruption. The next morning, I stormed over to the Kendricks mansion, expecting some apology or at least acknowledgement. Instead, Douglas met me on the front lawn with fake confusion and arrogance dripping from his words. "Do you have proof my son took your vehicle?" he asked, despite the dozens of videos and social media posts. Tyler, hiding behind his dad, had the audacity to say I'd offered him the keys. I tried to stay calm, but when Douglas started mentioning HOA violation fines for improper vehicle storage, I knew what this really was: an attempt to bury me in bureaucracy. I submitted all evidence to the local authorities and my insurance, but the Kendricks had connections and the case dragged. Meanwhile, the HOA began harassing me, petty citations, threats of fines, and even a warning about dangerous conduct. Chapter 4. The Rebuild and the Rise. What the Kendricks didn't realize was that I don't stay down. I used my contacts from the Army and veteran support groups to raise funds and secure a restoration shop that specialized in classic cars. Over the next few months, I poured my energy into rebuilding the Mustang better, faster, stronger. I documented every part of the process and posted it online. The videos went viral. Turns out, people love seeing justice served with a socket wrench and some grease, but I wasn't done. I started collecting stories from other neighbors who had suffered under Douglas's corrupt HOA reign. One woman had been fined for planting a rose bush, another had her driveway repaved without consent, then billed for it. I gathered it all. The HOA wasn't a community, it was a racket. Chapter 5. The lawsuit that shook Oak Ridge. 6 months after the crash, I filed a civil lawsuit not just against Tyler for damages, but also against Douglas and the HOA board for negligence, harassment, and abuse of authority. Thanks to the viral videos and public pressure, a local attorney offered to represent me pro bono. During the hearing, Tyler melted under cross-examination and finally admitted he took the car without permission. The judge ordered him to pay full restitution and mandated community service. But the real blow came when Douglas was forced to step down, and a full audit of the HOA revealed years of financial misconduct. Residents who had been bullied for years came forward, and within weeks, the entire board was disbanded. A court-appointed manager took over HOA duties temporarily. Chapter 6. Victory, V8 roars, and a new legacy. With justice served and the Mustang restored, I finally felt peace return. Tyler's restitution helped finish the custom paint job, and every time I turned the key, the engine roared like a war cry of victory. Oak Ridge Estates began healing as neighbors started trusting each other again. I was asked to help form a new HOA board this time, fair and accountable. I agreed on one condition: no more petty rules about garage decor or parking. Tyler laughed. I heard was washing cars at a local shop. I sometimes drive past, Mustang gleaming, just to remind him of what happens when you steal from a soldier. They thought I was just some quiet vet with an old car. Turns out I was the last guy they should have messed with.